Second, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's start with Doherty.
Ready.
Okay. This is case number 2355580, the people of the state of Michigan versus Stephen Doherty. Mr. Doherty is charged with count 1, weapons, firearm, discharge in or at a building. Count 2, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 3, weapons carrying concealed. Count 4, weapons, felony firearm. Count 5, weapons, felony firearm with a habitual offender. Fourth offense notice today is except for a probable cause conference appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P859331 to the people.
Top of the morning, Judge Dwayne Boyd, P79612, standing in for the attorney of record, Jeffrey Edison, with Mr. Doherty's permission. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Stephen Doherty.
And any discovery issues?
Yes, Judge, we have not gotten any of the digital discovery, and that's what will be driving this case. There's lots of video evidence.
Okay.
Counsel, did you get this? Have you checked your email yesterday or today? Because I think it was sent over yesterday.
I have, but I have not received it. I'll verify it with Mr. Edison, but as of yesterday, we had not received it yet.
Okay, I think I sent it out in the afternoon yesterday, but I'll double check on that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, counsel, do you want an adjourned PCC or are you comfortable with the exam date?
Adjourn PCC, please, Judge.
3 day, what's day? Tuesday, how about Friday?
What date did you say, Judge?
Third,
I've got a conflict. Is Monday available?
that's fine. The 6th.
No. I'm sorry. Friday works. Monday's the conflict.
Okay, I'll set it for 8:45, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, ma'am. Have a great day.
All right, you all too.
Good morning, John.
Anyone else ready for the case to be called? If anyone's ready, if any attorney's ready, please let me know. I don't have.
Attorney Glazer is ready on Macintosh. I don't know if he's on Zoom or not.
And this is James Schloff. I called yesterday about Mr. Bracey, Shondell Bracey from Judge King's docket, and I was wondering if we're going to do it this morning or not.
Did you speak to the clerk? Because I have no idea what.
But I never spoke to Judge King's court from my call now to see what's going on. I didn't know anything about it. They were supposed to, thank you so much. They were supposed to transfer the case over to your courtroom. It's the next one.
Oh, transfer it over to your firm.
I think it's a future.
Okay, Attorney Schloff, the clerk's gonna call over Judge. They didn't bring a file over.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear you.
A file was not sent over, so the clerk is gonna call over to Judge King's courtroom now.
And good morning. I'm also ready with my client for DeMonte Rush, whenever it need be, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. I see where you're showing this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is case number 2355623, the people of the state of Michigan versus Sharon McIntosh.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the
On account of stolen property receiving a motor vehicle appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P5931 people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Glazer, P46892, on behalf of Mr. McIntosh, Judge. If he's not on Zoom, I'm going to waive his presence unless he's in the county jail. I'm not showing him there, though.
What was the last thing that you said? He's in the Wayne County Jail or what?
I said, unless you're showing him in the jail, Judge, I think he's out on tether, but unable to locate him, though.
Okay. Have you spoken to him at all?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, do you have discovery?
I don't have discovery, Judge. I need video and any paper discovery. I'm asking to adjourn the PCC for I could try to get in touch with my client, review discovery.
Your Honor, I don't have any record of sending discovery over there for this particular case, so we'll get that over to him as soon as possible, to Mr. Glazer.
Okay. How much time do you need to find your client, Attorney Glazer?
Judge, can we come back Monday?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
8:45.
I will see you there, Judge. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You as well. Rush.
Ready, Your Honor.
This is case number 2158909, people of the state of Michigan versus Vermont, Sean Rush. Mr. Rush is charged with how the weapons carried concealed, says they accept for a
Digital counsel, digital discovery.
Morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P85931 for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed Seba on behalf of DeMonte Rush, P83365. Mr. Rush is present with us on Zoom. May you please introduce yourself, Mr. Rush?
Good morning. I'm DeMonte Rush.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Any discovery issues?
None, Your Honor. We received it. I received discovery late last night. I just didn't have the opportunity to go over it with my client. So I'm asking if maybe we could adjourn this until Friday.
Okay. I know it's because you're the third attorney, everybody's asking for adjournments for PCC. We're out in mid-March for exam date. I'll adjourn for a PCC, but I'd like to set an exam date since we have discovery.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, so what day do you want for the adjourn PCC?
This Friday, the 3rd.
Okay. That's just 8:45, and let's get it to the exam date on the calendar.
Okay.
March 16th is the earliest I have, and moving forward, any date after that.
Sure. Does the 17th work, Your Honor?
17th is fine. 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30.
9 a.m., please.
All right. And if that date needs to be changed, I'm open to change it based off of whether there's issues with discovery.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
We'll have discovery, right, counsel?
Either.
Okay.
We do. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you all have a good day.
You too.
Okay, any other attorneys ready for their case to be called?
I'm ready, Your Honor. This is Attorney Curry. Do we know if MDOC is gonna zoom in?
Yes, they usually don't, they usually don't zoom in before 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So maybe a couple minutes.
And Judge, Excuse me, I have Sean Taylor this morning for competency. I believe he's still in Wayne County Jail, and I don't know if the competency reports have been.
Yeah, I don't think we have a report. Let me confirm that.
I'm sorry, Judge.
I don't think we have anything for Taylor, but I will double check.
Okay.
The attorney, from the case from Judge King, sir, can you unmute your device? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with the Judge King's regular staff and she wasn't there yesterday. Do you have that case number? She believes it was given a new date.
I can look it up. I don't have it offhand.
It's the last name. What's the client's last name?
Bracy, Bracy.
Okay, how about the first name?
Deshaun. Actually, I do have the 9-01.
Counsel, your device was breaking up a little bit. Can you give it to me again, please?
Sure, I'm sorry.
No, it's
2-1.
Okay.
2-1, starting from the start. 2-1-7-1-70-39-01.
Okay. Yes, Judge, do you have mine? I'm calling. Counsel, could you give the courtroom a call? Are you saying the first name is Shondale?
Yes, Seandale.
Yes, sir. That case has been placed on Judge Sabree's docket for March the 6th at 8:45 a.m.
All right, then. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, okay, so you check. Let me check my own personal one.
Attorney Collins, I do not have a report or anything yet for your client.
You do not, Judge?
I don't, no.
Do you know if it was ordered?
We don't even have a file, so
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
So I can't look to see if Judge Williams ordered it. Because I believe, let me look at the ROA. How about that? He was referred on December 15th of 2022.
Okay, so the referral did,
Yep,
okay.
it was filed.
So how does the court want to proceed?
Do you want to do it in 30 days?
Yeah, yes.
And I'll have the clerk check on the status.
Okay.
Mrs. Taylor.
Yes, on the record. Case number 2260329, people of the state of Michigan versus Sean DeAndre Taylor, they set for a competency hearing. Mr. Taylor is charged with count 1, unlawful imprisonment, count 2, police officer lead, 3rd degree, count 3, weapons carrying concealed, count 4, weapons carrying concealed, count 5, police officer assaulting, resisting, and or productive appearances.
Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Harold Collins, E56805, on behalf of Mr. Sean Taylor, who is not present on the Zoom screen. I will waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing.
Okay, and Attorney Collins, as we discussed off the record, we do not have anything back from the forensic center. I checked, the clerk checked as well. And I would like to adjourn this out for 30 days and have the clerk contact the forensic center to see what's going on in the meantime.
That's fair, Your Honor.
Okay, it's March 31st at 9 o'clock work?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
That's a good day, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Okay, no, we're all set.
All right, you have a good day.
Okay, thank you, Judge. You too.
The gentleman in the Wayne County Jail, can you please state your name? You have to unmute your device, sir, and state your name. I can't hear you. I can see you talking, but you're muted. Have a deputy, call a deputy over to help you if you don't know how to unmute.
I step away to the line for a
Name
second.
is Ibrahim Blair.
Say it one more time.
Ibrahim Blair.
Ibrahim Blair. Okay, I have you checked in, Mr. Blair. Is there an attorney present for Mr. Blair?
All right. Let me see.
Okay, Mr. Blair, we're gonna try to find your attorney. Just hold tight. I'm gonna put you back on mute in the meantime, okay? Attorney Curry, did you say you were ready?
I'm sorry?
Did you say you were ready on your client's case?
I am, but I don't think MDOC is there.
Oh, that's right. We were waiting on MDOC.
But
You're not
Your
waiting.
Honor, was a writ done for him so MDOC would know for them to, because I've had them have clients on at 8 a.m.
We don't even start it. So
I know, I'm just,
they come on earlier than what I said. Well, I would assume was said a writ was done. You gotta get it.
Oh, why?
Yeah. So this is another case we have with no file, so I have to print the ROA.
so I have a 9 o'clock sentencing. I'm sitting in the car. Can I go do that and come back? You want me to hold on for a few?
I just wanted you to ask if a writ was Let me look back.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't find out he was in custody until a family member called me back.
Okay, so Attorney Kerr, he was arraigned on the 22nd and sent up here without a writ. We will have to send the writ out. We just received the case, so either you can waive his presence or we can adjourn it so that we can have a writ done.
If we could adjourn it, Your Honor, that would give me an opportunity to contact the facility and try to arrange to meet with him or at least have a conference call with him.
Okay, I think we need about 2 weeks. Do we need 2 weeks for a Zoom or?
1 week for Zoom.
Okay, we only need 1 week for a Zoom. Do you want to do exactly 1 week from today?
That's fine.
Okay, so we do March 7th at 8:45.
Okay.
That way you don't have to come back and check in.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Well, have a good day.
You too.
Oh. I heard you say that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. No, I'm just. Joshua,
Are there any other attorneys present on Zoom ready for their cases to be called?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Michael Lamb. I just really need to check in on the Dickerson matter. My case is not ready to be called, though he doesn't appear to be here at this time.
Okay, I have you check in. We'll wait for your.
All right. All right, thank you.
Goodwin?
Good morning. I'm here on Jerome Weber. I don't see him on here. I haven't had any contact with him.
Okay, so you want to wait? We're getting ready to start an exam. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I haven't had any contact with him at all. I don't know if we could set another date. I don't know who this is.
Let's see who this is logged on. So the gentleman just checked in with the Motorola device. What's your name, sir? To the person with the Motorola Moto G stylus device, can you please state your name?
Brenda Holmes.
Who has the case today?
Good morning, Judge. I'm with Ms. Holmes. This is Attorney Cheryl Quick.
I need you to put on your cigarette while you're in court. Still, no remote, you're still in court.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was.
Okay, Attorney Quick, what are we doing on your client's case today?
We are entering a plea.
Okay. One moment.
I didn't know it. Oh. Is it supposed to be?
Okay, ready on hold. Case 226136, the people of the state of Michigan versus Brenda Holmes. Ms. Holmes is charged with count one, controlled substance possession, narcotic or cocaine, less than 25 grams. Count two, controlled substance possession, narcotic or cocaine, less than 25 grams. Today's the date set for a preliminary examination. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Danielle here on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Brenda Holmes. Ms. Holmes appears via Zoom. Ms. Holmes, would you unmute your phone and state your name for the court? You should be able to click the little microphone. Just tap that and it should unmute.
Okay. Yes.
State your name, please, Ms. Holmes.
Christina Holmes.
Okay, and today's the date set for a preliminary examination. However, I see before me a settlement offer. Is that my understanding that your client is going to plead guilty today?
Correct, Your Honor.
Both of these are misdemeanor counts, correct? Correct. Okay. Attorney Quick, can you voir dire your client? I don't have, or Ms. Parrish, are you going to voir dire?
I was gonna allow Ms. Quick unless she needs me to. Ms. Quick, do you mind to review your client?
I'd have to pull up the incident report. I don't know that I have access to it on this laptop. If you have it in front of you, just because I don't have the location.
And I will swear. I'll swear. Okay. Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
I'm going to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. I do.
And can you state your name again for the record, please?
Brenda Christina Holmes.
Okay, and is it correct you're going to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanors today, both for controlled substance use?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'm prepared to voir dire Ms. Holmes if the court would like.
Okay. Attorney Quick.
Ms. Holmes, on I believe it was December 21st of 2022, were you in the area of Elmira and State Fair Streets in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And while you were walking in that area, you were stopped by Detroit police officers?
Yes.
And during the course of their investigation with you, did they find a certain amount of cocaine on you?
Yes.
And that amount of cocaine, that was for your personal use?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would be satisfied with that.
There's also something else found on her she'd like to continue because we have 2 counts.
I know.
There was also a secondary controlled substance on her. That's why there's 2 counts of controlled substance use, Your Honor.
Was there also a small amount of what turned out to be heroin on in your possession as well?
Yes.
And was that also for your personal use?
Yes, it was.
Sorry about that. I think that would complete.
Okay, and I have your form signed by Ms. Holmes, the for the advice of rights. Ms. Holmes, did you stop? Were you apprised or were you made aware of your rights before you
Yes,
let your client? I mean, your attorney.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the people are satisfied. The court is satisfied. I will accept your guilty plea for both counts. Let's see here. Oh, the people agreed to dismiss counts 1 and 2 per the sentence agreement.
Yes, Your Honor, and we do have terms and conditions of 12 months probation with drug evaluation and treatment program for evaluation, recommendation, fines and costs, and any other conditions set by the court.
I will adopt the recommendation or the agreement from both parties, but I'm not going to add this condition. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, just sentencing good, Judge Bryant.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure if you said it or if Judge Bryant said it. You know, Judge Bryant. Okay, we're calling to get a sentencing date from Judge Bryant. Give us a moment.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. One moment, Ms. Holmes, they're going to give us a new date for sentencing.
So is there like a recommendation on that? Like,
one moment, Ms. Holmes.
Ms. Holmes, while we're waiting, I'll read the terms and conditions, just in case you don't remember. It says 12 months probation with drug evaluation and treatment program per evaluation recommendation. Fines and costs and any other conditions set by court. And your attorney has documents to explain even more detail if you have any more questions.
okay, thank you.
So you're going to be evaluated to see what type of treatment program, if any, will be required or necessary for you, okay?
Right, because I'm in substance abuse since now, so I've been for a year.
Okay, and Attorney Quick will let Judge Bryant know that, as well as any fines and costs. Attorney Quick will handle that at the sentencing day, okay?
Okay, yeah, because I am low income, so I need some kind of payment plan.
And we do have payment plans as well as other options. So your attorney will advocate for you. But today we're just gonna get a date so that we can know when that's gonna happen, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, hold tight. Okay, so it'll be April 5th at 9 a.m. on Zoom.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much. Ms. Holmes, I'll give you a call.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Parrish. You can log off, Ms. Holmes.
Okay, thank you. All right. You know, take it out.
Your Honor, if I may.
So I got sick towards the end and I was out sick all last week. I'm sick, but it's not COVID, it's not the flu. I got tested twice, but.
Okay. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. Nothing crazy happened without me, right?
Yes. Attorney Demont Grady, good morning.
Yes, good morning to the court. I am here on Carly O'Neill Walden, who is in Wayne County Jail, as well as Dakari Robinson, which is an out of custody PCC.
Okay.
And if I may, on Robinson, the phone number that was provided with the assignment is disconnected. I had requested an investigator to assist locating Mr. Robinson. I have not made contact with him. So I'd just be asking if we could do a very brief adjournment of the PCC just to get him present.
Let's handle Robinson first. Case number 2355607, people of the state of Michigan versus Dakari Robinson. Mr. Robinson is charged with 1 count of police officer fleeing 4th degree vehicle code, day-to-day separate probable cause conflict appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service by Kate DeMott Grady, P83667, On behalf of Mr. Dakari Robinson, who is out of custody, the phone number provided with the assignment is disconnected. So I'm requesting permission to waive his presence for the purpose of this PCC.
Okay, I'll waive it. You have discovery?
Your Honor, I've received paper discovery. I do not have any digital in my file, so I'm requesting that.
Okay.
Yeah, people would just ask if defense is indicating a specific type of digital, or so that I could reach out to the OIC today for the specific.
Yeah, so body cam and dash cam. As it's a fleeing and eluding, I would anticipate there is at least at the minimum dash cam, but I believe in the paper it reflects that there is also body cam.
I'm just checking the notes. Counsel, just one moment. I apologize.
While we're waiting, Attorney Margaret, what's your other client's name?
Carly, C-A-R-L-I, and then O'Neill -Walden.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what they did. I don't know what's going on. They call it right here.
Are you checking to see if it's or?
I'm checking both those matters. I apologize. Our system is running a little slow. I don't know if it's the internet or.
Attorney Margaret, do you want an adjournment for PCC or do you want to set an exam date?
I would like to just adjourn the PCC so I can make contact with Mr. Robinson.
Okay, does March 7th work for you?
Let me just double check. Yes, March 7th works.
8:45.
Thank you.
And Ms. Parrish will send over the digital you requested in the meantime.
Great, thank you.
Okay, and you're welcome. For Mr. O'Neill Walden, you said he's in custody, correct?
Yes, my understanding, I checked the Wayne County Jail this morning. He had posted bond and was waiting for a tether, but as of this morning, it reflects that he's still, I believe that the Wayne County Jail people on the screen are maybe pointing to him right now.
Okay, all right.
Yep, there he is.
Okay, can we have Mr. O'Neill Walden step up? Okay, go ahead and unmute the device, Mr. O'Neill Walden. You know how to do that? I can hear you. Calling case 2355595, the people of the state of Michigan versus Carly O'Neill Walden. Mr. Walden is charged with count 1, operating while intoxicated, causing serious injury. Count 2, operating license suspended, revoked, denied, causing serious injury. This is a felony commission with motor vehicle adult advisory. Today's date set for a probable cause conference. Appearances?
Your Honor, my apologies. Would you mind repeating the defendant's name?
Carly O'Neill Walden.
To the doctor?
No, this came from.
Thank you. Yes. I apologize, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service by Kate DeMott Grady, P83667, on behalf of Mr. Carly O'Neill Walden, who's appearing from the Wayne County Jail. Mr. O'Neill Walden, will you please state your name?
Carly Walden O'Neill.
Thank you. Attorney DeMott Grady, any discovery issues?
Yes, Your Honor, I've received paper discovery. It is about 700 and some odd pages long. I do not have any digital discovery. I know it's MSP is the arresting agency, and that they don't always have body cam, but I know that usually in most cases they do have dash cam. So I'm requesting dash cam and any body cam if it exists.
Mr. Decker, are you going to respond to this now?
Your Honor, people will reach out to the officer in charge. None has been uploaded. Hold on, I'm gonna take that back. It'll be sent over to her today. It has been uploaded today.
Okay. All right, Attorney DeMonte, with that information, do you want to set an exam date?
Please, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. So we're out in March 15th right now, but he's in custody. I can squeeze him in a little bit earlier if you would like.
I believe that Mr. O'Neill, Walden, you're just waiting, or Walden O'Neill, you're just waiting for a tether, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Your Honor, and you should be out, you know, have they told you, has the jail let you know?
No, I'm supposed to have been out yesterday, but I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, Your Honor, yes, I think the soonest possible, just in case there's a holdup.
When were you, when was bond changed to a tether? I guess I could.
So it wasn't just changed to a tether, there was a cash provision, the bond was posted, his family members have posted it, and now he's just waiting for a tether to become available through the jail.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
Let's see, March 10th at 10:30.
Your Honor, I do have a restitution hearing, and then, is there anything available a little bit later on Friday, on the 10th?
Just 11 o'clock.
See, I then have an evidentiary hearing in circuit court. I have like a restitution hearing and then an evidentiary hearing.
Well, I appreciate you not jamming your day and then showing up 2 hours late, to be honest.
Yes. So maybe, yeah, maybe if we can go into the next week.
Okay.
The 13th, I'm wide open.
13th is packed. Let's see.
Okay. The 14th, I'm also very available.
Okay, let's do 9:30 on the 14th.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, Mr. O'Neill Walden, can you hear me?
Yes.
So you should be out on tether by then. So you need to be in person at 36th District Court, March 14th, excuse me, March 14th at 9:30. You can talk to your attorney about it more details, but you have to be in person, okay?
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Nothing else from defense. Thank you.
All right, you all have a good day.
You as well.
Who else is waiting in the Wayne County Jail?
Yes, ma'am, I have Mr. Blair and Mr. Taylor, ma'am.
Mr. Blair, Mr. Taylor. Okay. Do we have an attorney on Mr. Blair yet? Mr. Blair, have you talked to an attorney?
No, no, ma'am.
Okay. So we may have to appoint you a different attorney because there's nobody on file and no one has called in. I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then for Taylor, Sean Taylor, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So his attorney already called in, you don't have a competency report, so his case has been adjourned for 30 days because we don't have anything. Do you know if Mr. Taylor has been evaluated yet?
Has anybody evaluated you? He said, no, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. APA or Cecian is going to be zooming in for this hearing, but if she is not here.
No report.
Pardon me?
No report.
There's no report? I'm happy to stand in for her in the record.
We already called Kate.
Okay.
Yes. I was just letting him know that you called.
Okay, so no report. I'll let Ms. Cecian know. My apologies.
So, for Mr. Taylor, I'm gonna have the clerk call over to the, forensic center to get a date for him to be evaluated. So it won't be adjourned again.
You said it's going to be adjourned, guys?
Yes, it's adjourned to March 31st. But I'll make sure or have the clerk send over something to the forensic center to have him evaluated. I don't know why he hasn't been evaluated yet.
No problem, ma'am.
Okay, so we're waiting on the attorney for Mr. Blair.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Attorney Tiapo, good morning.
Good morning. I'm here on Darius Walker. It appears that he is zoomed in as well.
Okay, this is case 2259071, the people of the state of Michigan versus Darius Walker. Mr. Walker is charged with 1 count of weapons carrying concealed, commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory set for a probable cause conference appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor, Eric Decker, PA 5931, people.
Good morning, Rebecca Tiapo, P62311, on behalf of Mr. Darius Walker, who is on Zoom. I'm not sure if he's at at his device at the moment.
Yeah, yes, I'm here. I'm trying to get my camera on.
Okay, well, state your name at least, your full name for the record, and you can work on your camera.
Darius Walker.
Okay, and while you're working on your camera, your attorney is going to discuss discovery. Attorney Tiapo, do you have discovery?
Your Honor, I'm not certain that I've received it. I would ask the people if they've not sent it to do so.
Checking.
Okay, Mr. Decker, checking.
It was sent yesterday at 2:15 p.m. to Ms. Tiapo's email address.
Okay, I will look for that. I guess I would ask for a continued PCC to have an opportunity to review that with my client, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, you said you need time to review that with your client.
Yes, could I just request a continued PCC?
We're almost 3 weeks out for exam days. So I will give you an adjourned PCC, but I like to also set exam day.
That's fine.
Okay, so 1 week out for PCC.
Your Honor, I'm actually in a jury trial on that date. If you might have something available, maybe the 10th.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, the 10th is fine for a PCC. At 8:45, and then for the exam day. Okay. I have March 16th and forward, so any date March 16th and after.
The 17th would probably be best if that works.
That works. So we have 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30.
10:30, please.
Okay. All right, so I will see you all back on Zoom, March 10th at 8:45 for the adjourned PCC, and preliminary exam set for March 7th at 10:30.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Nothing further. Mr. Walker, I'll be in touch with you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're all set, Mr. Walker. Attorney DiMaggio.
Yes, Your Honor, I have Andrew Bargowski.
Okay, calling case 2355600, people of the state of Michigan versus Andrew Bargowski. Mr. Bargowski is charged with 1 count of controlled substances, possession cocaine, heroin, or narcotic less than 25 grams, with a habitual offender for the offense notice set for probable cause conference. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
Module P 45619 on behalf of Andrew Barkowski, who I hope is present on Zoom.
I'm sorry, Attorney DeMondre, you say you're waiving his presence?
If he's not, I talked to him this morning. I've talked to him many times. If he's not there, I would waive his presence.
Yeah, he's not here, so I will waive it since you've been in contact with him.
This is a case that could be amenable to an offer. Is there any offers by the prosecution at this point?
Not at this point, sir. I haven't gotten anything from our securities.
It's possible that's just put out briefly for another PCC. Maybe it can be resolved.
Okay, how much time are you asking for?
A week to 2 weeks max.
Okay, let's do March. Let's see. March 16th.
That's a good date, Judge.
Okay, 8:45.
That's
perfect.
correct.
No, it's for an adjourned PCC.
March 18th.
March 16th. Okay, anything else?
Oh, I did receive paper discovery. If there is any electronic, could the prosecutor please forward me that? Okay.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
all right, have a good one.
Thanks, Judge. Take care, and your staff and the prosecutor.
Thank you. You called again, Mr. Eagley. Later this morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Michael Lamb again concerning the Dickerson matter. I don't believe he's appeared as of yet.
No.
I haven't had contact with him, so I'm prepared to proceed at the court's discretion.
Okay, give me one moment here.
All right, thank you.
No. Yeah. I got one. Yeah. That's nice. What's your last name? Riley. Yeah, I don't know how that got so long. Well, this one should be quick for you. Okay. Yeah, turn. Yeah. We're gonna do Riley. Okay.
We're ready on Hobson.
And Hobson too?
Yes, we're ready. I don't know if that's gonna be great. We have.
We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
Okay. Let me clear out. Try to get the custody cleared out. There's no attorney. I'll pull out. Right. Okay, we're on the record. This is the people of the state of Michigan versus Ismail Riley, 2355309. Mr. Riley is charged with 1 count of weapons, firearms, careless discharge causing injury and or death. Designated set for a preliminary examination. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Services Detroit by Natalie Phelps, P83355. Here on behalf of Mr. Riley, who's also present in the courtroom. Mr. Riley, can you please state your name for the record?
Ishmael Riley.
Our party's ready to proceed.
Your Honor, my apologies. The people are unable to proceed as our necessary witnesses failed to appear at this time.
Your Honor, the defense will move further.
Okay, time is 9:49. The exam is set for 9:30. If people are not ready to proceed, I will dismiss without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Attorney Lamb.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Your client's case. Okay, this is People State of Michigan versus Richard Dickerson, case number 09-63590. Mr. Dickerson is charged with one count of robbery armed. Mr. Dickerson is defendant number 2 with an habitual offender third offense notice. Today's day set for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P85931 People.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Lamb, P79816, appearing on behalf of Mr. Dickerson. Your Honor, this is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. I have reached out to Mr. Dickerson concerning this matter using the contact information I was provided. Unfortunately, I have been unable to make contact with my client. If the court is amenable to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if the court is amenable to a brief adjournment to allow me the opportunity to continue to reach out to my client, it would be appreciated.
Okay, how about Monday, March 6th?
Monday, March 6th?
Yes.
I can do that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do March 6th.
Perfect, thank you.
Do you have a number starting with area code 859? Is that the number you have for him?
That's the number I have.
And the address on Lafayette?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see you on March 6th if you have found him.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
And Mr. Blair, we're getting you an attorney. They should be calling in soon. Attorney Godwin.
Good morning.
Good morning. You ready for me to call your client's case?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hold on for just a second. Okay, we're on the record. This is people of the state of Michigan versus Jerome James Weber, 2159876. Mr. Weber is charged with one count of weapons carrying concealed with an habitual offender second offense notice set for a probable cause conference today. Appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P85931 People.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Godwin, P74500 for Jerome Weber. I do not believe Mr. Weber is present on Zoom this morning.
He is not. He has not checked in.
Okay. I would waive his appearance for this, but I have not had any contact with him.
And we have some case history for Mr. Weber. Let's see. On February 4th of 2022, he did not appear for this case. You have contact information for him?
I have an address, the phone number that was provided, that person confirmed that that is not a phone number for him. So, yeah, I don't know at this point. I mean, I can hire an investigator to go find him if we want to set another PCC date.
I'll give you 1 week. March 7th,
Okay, March 7th sounds good.
8:45.
8:45.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, we've cleared out everyone on Zoom except for Mr. Blair, who we are waiting for an attorney. Ready on Hobson?
Ready on Hobson.
Mr. Blair, we're getting ready to start an exam, but we're waiting on the attorney to zoom in. When the attorney zooms in, I'll have you go into a breakout room to talk to the attorney while we're handling our case. And then once you all have talked, you and your attorney, then I'll call your case, okay? All right. Okay. You're on the record as the people of the state of Michigan versus Jermaine Hobson, 2355361. Mr. Hobson is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, receiving and concealing, as well as counts 2, 3, 4, 5. Also weapons, firearms, receiving and concealing. Count 6, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 7, 8, and 9, 10, and 11, 12, and 13. Weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. 14, weapons, ammunition possession by a felon. Count 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 are all weapons, felony firearms with an habitual offender for offense notice. Today's set for exam appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, Eric Decker, P85931 to the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aliyah Detroit, Neighborhood Defender Service.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Aliyah Detroit, Neighborhood Defender Service, Detroit, the 85948, and on behalf of Mr. Hobson, who is present.
May it please this honorable court, William Noakes appearing as co-counsel to Ms. Cho, P42796 of the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit.
Good morning to everyone. And Mr. Hobson, you state your full name for the record?
Jermaine, going on Hobson.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your
All right, are both parties ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Okay, any preliminary matters?
2. Well, first, the mutual sequestration of any and all witnesses, with the exception of the officer in charge who's to my left in the courtroom.
On the officer in charge being present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And for the mutual sequestration, or would it be mutual? Is defense joining in on their request?
Yes, sir.
Okay. it's pretty much, there's no one in the courtroom other than staff, the defense, and the prosecutor. So with that, anything else?
Yes, Your Honor, the, under 7611B1B, people offer a registered, certified register of action of prior convictions. And I'm showing it to defense counsel right now. And the people move to enter this as evidence.
The objection? No, Your Honor. Okay, be admitted.
And specifically the publication, specifically it is the stolen property receiving and concealing motor vehicle pled guilty on March 18th of 2023.
Okay, anything else before we begin testimony?
No, Your Honor.
You call your first witness.
The people call Officer Gonzalez.
Or we start questioning, I want to put Mr. Blair in breakout room.
Okay.
So we're off the record. Mr. Blair?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have an attorney present. Attorney Sprinkle, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We are getting ready to start an exam. I want to put you in a breakout room to talk to Mr. Blair. And then if we're in the middle of testimony, you can either, if you want to wait till the, till we have a break, or you can message the clerk. If you'd like another PCC or an exam date, just message the clerk and she'll get that break, okay?
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Blair, I'm going to invite you into a breakout room. You should see the invitation come up in a few seconds. Go ahead and hit join, and you can speak privately to your attorney. Okay. All right, we're back on the record on Hobson. Ready to work? You swear to tell the truth, the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have a seat. Make sure you speak up in the microphone. And whenever you're ready, Mr. Decker.
There you go. Good morning. Please restate your name for the record.
Officer Aaron Gonzalez, badge number 1079.
Okay. Well, let's. Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
Where are you currently employed?
The City of Detroit Police Department.
Okay. In what capacity are you employed there?
I'm a police officer.
Okay. So, if any, what kind of things do you do?
I protect and serve the City of Detroit.
Okay. So how long have you been in that position?
Almost 3 years.
So were you working as a police officer on the date of January 27th, 2023 this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of duties were you performing on that day?
I was assisting a primary unit in executing a search warrant.
Okay, so did your duties as a police officer take you to 3277 Gladstone in the city of Detroit and County Wayne?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, does that sound like a familiar address?
Yes, sir.
Why does that address sound so familiar?
It's the residence of Jermaine Hobson.
Okay.
So we were executing a search warrant on.
I was about to ask you, why were you there?
Executing a search warrant.
Okay, so when you arrived at the property, what did you do?
I provided perimeter security for the search warrant team.
Okay, so then after that, what did you do?
I entered, as soon as they cleared the premises, I then entered the premises and executed a sweep to clear and more.
So you said you entered the premises, and what's a sweep?
It's a protective sweep and also to locate anything that may have been missed.
Okay, when you entered the residence, what did you see?
After entering the premises, I then executed the sweep. When I entered the attic, I went upstairs in the attic, and then.
If I may, could you, were you in the first floor at any point?
Yes.
What did you see in the first floor?
I observed multiple things. I observed a pen, like a play pen, multiple items scattered. The house was in disarray, for sure.
Okay. Were there any people?
Yes, sir.
How many people?
2 people.
Okay, now let me ask you this question, do you recognize one of those people who might be in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe you could point them out and tell me something they're wearing?
They're wearing a blue hoodie.
Okay.
And a mask.
Okay.
Blue mask.
Let the record reflect that the officer has identified the defendant, Mr. Jermaine Hobson. Okay, so after you were on the first floor and you saw the person you just identified as the defendant, what did you do?
I then continued my sweep.
Okay, then what happened?
I then entered the attic.
Okay.
And clearing the attic, I observed a tan backpack, and inside the backpack was multiple firearms.
Okay. When you say firearms, like, could you be more specific?
Can I refer to my report?
Yeah. Would that, I'm sorry, yes, would that refresh your recollection to look at your report?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
This one. Your Honor, may I approach?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know when your memory is refreshed. Okay. So your memory is refreshed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what did you find?
Multiple firearms, including pistols and a pistol grip with multiple magazines inside that belong to the weapons, including extra magazines that were inside the book bag.
Okay. How many firearms did you find?
Inside the book bag, there was 6.
Were there any other in the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, what were they?
So after clearing and making the firearm safe inside the book bag, I then continued my sweep in the attic and observed a tan pistol lying on the floorboard in the attic. I then made that weapon safe and then observed another black pistol lying on the floorboard as well.
Okay, so how many guns are we up to?
8 total.
There's 8 total?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you find any more than 8?
No, sir.
Okay, did you find any ammunition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could you describe it, please?
I found a box full of ammunition. There was also loose rounds that was found inside the residence as well.
Okay. All right, did you find anything else?
Yes, sir.
What did you find?
I found 3 forms of identification, 2 that belonged to a white male that was not Jermaine Hobson inside. Also a form in a driver's identification card belonging to a white female.
Okay. So did you find anything else?
Yes, I also located a proof of residency for.
What's that?
It's a piece of mail or anything that belongs to the listed defendant that states that he lives there.
Okay, like what would that be?
It was a piece of mail.
Piece of mail?
Regarding his residency.
Okay, whose name was on it?
Jermaine Hobson.
Okay. All right, so after you found that, then what did you do?
I then placed all the evidence on, or I placed all the items on evidence.
Okay.
And then transported them to 2 different precincts in order to secure them.
Okay. 1 second, please. All right, nothing further, Your Honor.
Hello, Ms. Gonzalez.
How you doing, ma'am?
So you said that you were assisting the primary unit in executing search warrants.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you aware of what the search warrant based of the search warrant was, what it encompassed?
What it encompassed?
The search warrant that you were searching.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you aware of the search warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the basis of the search warrant?
The base warrant.
The basis. So
What was?
the reason?
Electronic devices, firearms, anything regarding the multiple B&Es that we've had, breaking and entering, downtown.
So you're saying that the first warrant encompassed firearms?
I don't know.
Your Honor. Permission to approach and
Yes, you make sure you say it on the record, on the court record. Permission to refresh, to recollect.
yeah, refresh.
Have we established that he's seen the search warrant for?
Can you ask a question about?
Yes. Have you seen the search warrant for that?
No, I did not produce this search warrant.
You did not use the search warrant?
No.
And you did?
I did not write this search warrant.
And you did not view it prior to entering the house?
No.
All right, so that wouldn't be refreshing for him.
I've never seen it before, correct?
Yes,
You've never seen that document before?
Yes, ma'am, I never seen that, but definitely.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, you were not aware firearms were listed on that.
I was not aware.
And what were you told prior to entering the home that you were searching for, having not seen the warrant? Prior to entering the home, what were you informed that you were looking for, and you had not yet?
Objection to hearsay?
I was there. In entering the home, what were you looking for?
Items regarding the multiple breaking and enterings downtown.
So you were not involved in the investigation for the breaking and entering, correct?
As the investigation,
For the prior breaking and entering, you were just involved in the search warrant.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you were involved or?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the multiple B&Es that have occurred downtown, I was one of the units that has reported in the past, so multiple. But in particular to this one, no.
So we're in conducting this week, you were just looking for any particular, I mean, not the warrant, you were looking for any particular. That's quiet. So in conducting the search warrant, you have not looked at it, you were just looking for anything that you believe could have been connected to the B&E.
Yes, ma'am.
So, upon entering the attic and finding the bag, what did you do?
It was open. It was half open. I looked inside and observed multiple firearms in it. So my duty is to make them secure. That way, if anybody else has it, I know that they're safe, they're made safe. So I made the firearms safe.
Can you explain how you made it safe?
Yes, ma'am. So in order to make the firearm safe, I release the magazine from inside of it and then ensure that there's no round inside the chamber.
Did at any point you inform our officer, superior of the discovery?
There's my partner, Officer Boone, upstairs with me. And my backup, and I informed him, hey, there's firearms in this backpack. And then I continued the sweep.
At any point, did you discontinue engaging with what you had located in the bag in order for a second search warrant to be obtained?
Did I disengage?
Did you stop what you were doing in order to get time to get a second search warrant?
I don't recall.
Were you aware that a second search warrant was needed?
I was informed that we had a search warrant for the residence, so
So you were never informed that a second search warrant was needed?
I don't recall.
Were you aware that a second search warrant was obtained that day?
Was I aware?
Were you aware that a second search warrant was obtained that day?
I was aware that we had a search warrant to find weapons, electronic devices inside the residence.
So to your knowledge, there was only one search warrant that you had at the time.
Objection, asked and answered.
So at no point, a second search warrant was obtained, at no point you were aware of it. The second search warrant was obtained and you were not aware of it. So you were, so my question is, were you aware that a second search warrant was eventually obtained? You not recall. So you did not change anything what you were doing or stop anything what you were doing in regards to this warrant. You were not aware of it, so did you change any of your behavior at any point because of that?
Like I said, when I made the first bag of firearms, multiple firearms secure, I then continued the sweep and found 2 more firearms, and then I had to make those secure.
So I guess my question is the extent of your knowledge in this case is not in relation to the warrant, but just in relation to having made the firearms secure.
That was,
Are you aware of the policy for the police department regarding the warrant? And then would you be able to recall the policy, or do you have knowledge of it?
not word for word.
Do you have a general knowledge about when and where you can search and how that relates to the warrant? The importance of the warrant?
The importance of the warrant?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, taking you back to at the time when you were making that weapon secure, did you do anything after making the weapon secure, after laying them out?
After laying them out, I waited until we were completed downstairs, and everything else that was finished through my superiors.
What was the general energy when you located the bag of firearms among you and your fellow officers?
Objection, that's a question, this is speculative because you can't really comment on how other officers felt in that.
How did you feel when you located the firearm?
I don't know, when I found them in the edge.
Objection, relevance.
I would ask, I'm trying to understand why that would be used.
Your Honor, this would be leading up to a question regarding if there was a level of excitement upon finding the firearm, and ultimately, if you recall taking a selfie of with you and your fellow officers in the attic after locating the firearm. After locating the firearm, were you excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Do you recall you taking a selfie with your fellow officers, you know, with the excitement of capturing?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I thought she said no more.
Yeah, she said nothing over there.
In conducting the sweep, you
What was the purpose? Other people?
Other people that were inside the residency as well as the items.
Were you aware of how many people lived in the residence?
No, ma'am.
So you never had any conversation regarding who had access to the attic, who was coming and going, or anything like that?
The only person that I was aware of that was inside the residence was Mr. Hobson.
Not Ms. Hobson's fiance.
To my knowledge, the only person that I was aware of was Mr. Hobson.
So why were you searching the attic?
We had to sweep throughout the entire house.
And in searching the attic, how intensive is that?
It's pretty intensive because anybody can hide at any corner. You can place anything anywhere inside the residence.
And did you ever locate anyone else in the house besides?
His fiance was there.
No further questions. Peter, right? I have a couple questions, and of course, I'll let Marty follow up with questions after I have. I need clarification first. You said there were 2 forms of identification for a white male,
Yes, ma'am.
and how many forms of identification for a white male?
One.
One.
Sorry.
Okay. Where was Mr. Hobson's house?
Downstairs.
And what document did you find stated that you located a piece of mail with Mr. Hobson's name on it? What was it?
I was like the top left corner, it said Jermaine Hobson, and then I had the listed address of Lexington. I placed it on evidence.
So as far as you know, a piece of mail.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any follow-up questions based off of that?
No, Your Honor.
No, you're, okay. All right, you're all set, officer. All right, Gonzalez, thank you.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
No further. Okay, argument.
Your Honor, the people motion for bind over to circuit court, a question of fact has been established, and then we reserve time for argument.
Your Honor, at this time, we are requesting that the case be dismissed, due to the execution, of the search warrant and the officers, cases.
I know I heard.
The officers conducting this, had no knowledge of the search warrant, or knowledge that a second warrant was needed. I doubt that they had specific knowledge of what was covered in the first warrant, let alone what was covered in the second warrant. In conducting the first warrant, the officers failed to pause and take time to allow for time of that warrant.
We don't have testimony for that, right?
Well, the testimony is that they were excited when they located the firearms.
there was a level of excitement and a level of doing it now.
Or, I'm sorry, you said the first search warrant. But the Officer Gonzalez didn't speak to the first search warrant, right?
He only spoke to the first search warrant.
Or he didn't speak to both.
He had no knowledge of the second warrant.
Okay, all right.
He had no knowledge of the second warrant, and they conducted the search as though both warrants were encompassed in the first. And that is not true. So that means not real.
Your Honor, the search warrant was, the officers did enter the building on a valid search warrant, and he found, obviously, what we found in the testimony. At this stage, when we are seeking a question of whether this is a question of fact for the trier of fact, and whether or not probable cause has been established, let's just go through. The officers, while searching on a valid search warrant, found a significant number of guns. I believe the number was 8. Also ammunition while on a search of the house. It seems to me that that meets the probable cause burden for the people. There's also the felon in possession question, which is obviously, which obviously he was not eligible to have these firearms. We also heard that there was a piece of mail that was found, and that would give us the idea that that Mr. Hudson was living there at the time. So therefore, a question of fact has been prepared for the trier of fact, and the people motion for bind over to the Third Circuit.
And Officer Gonzalez never stated where the mail was found.
He said it was in the house.
Well, my issue is not really with the execution for the first or second search warrant or the selfie or tacky classes. My issue is regarding whether or not the people have established that Mr. Hudson lives at that residence and can show possession. I asked a couple questions because I wasn't sure whether or not there was a nexus to show Mr. Hudson could have known or placed those items in the attic. Testimony is that there were 3 forms of ID, total of 4 forms. No, 3 forms of ID, 2 for a white male, 1 for a white female. Was not specified as to what type of ID. And then a piece of mail with Mr. Hobson's name addressed to him. It was not a piece of identification, but a letter, an unknown letter to Mr. Hobson that was placed on evidence. I had asked about whether or not where Mr. Hobson was. He was on the first floor in the living room when the search warrant was executed. And Mr. Hobson was one of 2 people found in the house. And there were a total of 8 guns found, all in the attic. Is that my understanding? 6 in the back, and a tan backpack, and 2 on the floor.
That's right.
Okay. So, I don't think there's enough testimony here for me to have this bound over based off of the information and the evidence that I've received. Piece of mail, no knowledge of what the mail is. Mr. Hobson being on the first floor, there being 2 forms of ID, 3 forms of ID for 2 other individuals found in the house. Another individual found in the house, as well as the guns found all in the attic, hidden in a floorboard and in a book bag. I don't even think that probable cause standard has been met to show that Mr. Hobson was the one in possession of any of these items. He may have well been the person who hid the stuff in the attic, but I don't think testimony today has shown that he had possession or knowledge of those items. So I'm gonna miss this without.
People are prepared to proceed on a case and DeAndre, you're on. Schedule at 9:30.
The hold?
I'm sorry.
The hold?
I do not believe the defendant is here, and it is now the hour past. You can ask her.
Okay.
Well, they've been here for the last hour.
Hi.
I'm just nice.
We're on the record, this is the people of the state of Michigan versus DeAndre. Are you just sitting around, Carol?
Yes.
Can I have a moment to speak to my client? Yes, sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, he is here.
You just showed up, yeah.
Okay.
My apologies.
Do we have any matters?
I just have the officers that are actually have somewhere else to be at 11 o'clock, so I apologize. I was trying to expedite the process.
Do you have any cases that are ready to be called that are not holds?
That are not.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He was here, he just hasn't checked.
Okay. If it's a hold, we'll call this case first, so it's not talked to the lawyer.
Yes.
Make sure.
Ready on camera?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name? How do you say your last name?
Aaron.
Aaron, I'll wait for Case 2260261, people of the state of Michigan versus DeAndre Juan Aaron. Case. Case number. Mr. Aaron is charged with count 1 weapons carrying concealed statement except for a preliminary examination appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Case number 2206026 from 01, if you're asking. I didn't know, I'm sorry to hear you very well with that. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Go. Detroit, 855. Appearing on behalf of Mr. Aaron. Mr. Aaron, can you state your full name for the record?
DeAndre Juan Aaron.
All right, our parties ready to proceed on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, people are ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, there is no need for a sequestration order. There's no one in the gallery that will be testifying, to my knowledge. Anyone on YouTube who may be testifying, now it's time for you to log off. If there are no other preliminary matters, prepared to call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people call Officer Trooper Joseph Milbacher. next to the door. And then just speak up in the microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Barry. Thank you, Your Honor. Chip, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I'm a little hard of hearing, so if you kindly speak into the mic,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate that, and also allow the reporter to get all the information. If I ask you a question that you don't understand, please stop me. I'm happy to rephrase the question. After I finish, we'll have a series of cross-examination questions for you. Would you mind please restate your name for the record?
My name is Trooper Joseph Novak.
Thank you, Trooper. Can you please tell us which agency you're currently employed with?
I'm employed with the Michigan State Police.
And I know you've stated this, but to clarify, in what capacity?
I am a trooper at the Metro South Coast, which occupies Wayne County,
Pardon me?
which we work inside Wayne County.
How long have you been a trooper with state police?
2 years.
Were you employed in this capacity on October 22nd, 2022, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you by yourself or with a partner on that day?
I was with the partner, Trooper Harba.
Could you repeat the trooper's name again?
Trooper Harba.
Is that Harba?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Were you on foot or in a scout vehicle that day?
We were in a semi-marked car.
Could you please explain to the court what semi-marked means?
We do not have a light package or a light bar on top of the car. The light bar is beside the car. It's at the front window.
Is the car have police or
Yes.
state police or something?
Yes, there's a
indicated on
state
it?
police insignia on the passenger side door.
Okay. So, were you in a full or modified uniform on that day?
I was in a full uniform.
Is your vehicle equipped with a dash cam?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it operable on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your duties as a state trooper take you at or near Livernois and Buena Vista Streets in Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you ask what were you doing around this area?
So we are on general patrol.
General patrol?
Yes, ma'am.
Patrolling at your said location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes, ma'am. There was a, I can't remember the model. There was a silver car, in front of us. I ran the
I
light.
showed you your report. Would it refresh your recollection and what type of vehicle it was?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I approach? Yes. Officer, if you just review the first page, when you're finished reviewing it and your memory has been refreshed, please let me know and I'll take the report back. Okay. Trooper, has your memory been refreshed?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please tell us what type of vehicle drew your attention?
Yes, it was a silver Ford Focus.
When this vehicle drew your attention, sir, can you tell us why?
Because as I ran the license plate through lane, it came back expired in September.
The license plate was expired on the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on this information, what, if anything, did you do, sir?
At that time, we conducted a traffic stop.
Okay. Did the vehicle stop when you initiated the traffic stop?
Yes, ma'am. Immediately pulled over the right shoulder.
Could you tell how many occupants were in the vehicle?
2.
Did you approach the vehicle, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I approached the passenger side. My partner approached the driver's side.
When you approached the passenger side, did you have an opportunity to have any communication with the passenger?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you were to see this passenger again, could you identify him?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that passenger in the courtroom today? And if so, could you please tell us where that person is in the courtroom and an indicated article one being the person?
Yes, ma'am. He's sitting right behind you off to your right. He's wearing a blue button-up shirt.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the identification of Dondra Huron? Sir, if I did. Thank you. Trooper, when you made contact with the passenger, What communication did you initially have with
Um,
the passenger?
Man, so the passenger indicated he had a firearm on him. And then I asked the passenger if he had a valid CPL at the time. He stated he did not.
After the defendant indicated that he did not have a CPL for a firearm that he was in possession, did you inquire further in regards to that firearm?
Yes, ma'am. At that time, we had probable cause to seize the firearm because he's concealing the firearm without a valid CPL. So I reached into his right waistband and pulled out a 6-hour 9mm pistol.
Trooper, may I ask, how did you know where this firearm was?
Because the Mr. Heron opened his jacket and looked down at his right shoulder when I asked if he had a valid CPL.
Okay. So not only did he tell you he didn't have a CPL, he actually showed you the weapon?
Yes.
Okay. After the defendant voluntarily showed you the weapon that was originally concealed, please continue. You said you recovered the weapon?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you recover the weapon from?
It was off his right hip.
Do you recall what type of weapon it was, sir?
It was a 6-hour pistol, ma'am.
All right, was this pistol loaded?
Yes.
What did you do after you recovered the weapon, sir?
Mr. Hearn was asked to step out of the vehicle when he was placed in handcuffs.
Did you confirm, even though you indicated that you did not have a CPL, did you confirm the CPL status, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He did not have CPL, a valid CPL at the time of traffic stop.
In the course of your investigation, did you have an opportunity to find out if the weapon that you had recovered from the defendant was registered?
Yes, ma'am. And it was registered to Mr. Hearn.
To the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was the weapon that you recovered from the defendant and the ammunition placed in the evidence, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
One moment. No further questions at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning.
So prior to running the lane, did you observe anything by the silver Ford Focus that led you to running that report?
Your Honor, Judges, I'm sorry, did this clarify indicating running lean prior to?
Prior to searching the license plate. So what did you observe anything by the Ford Focus? That clarify the question?
Yes, Your Honor, just because it was not in evidence that a lean was, I wanted to clarify.
Or in the car.
Thank you. License plate?
Yes, prior to running the license. Well, license plate search will be run the lane, right?
I want to clarify which lane, because we did discuss that a lane search was done on the status, so I want to make sure what we were discussing.
I'm unsure what you're asking. What was I supposed to observe prior to running the license plate?
So what did you observe, is my question? Did you observe?
They took a right turn off Livernois, and as we took the same turn, I had a chance. And we're on general patrol, we just on patrol. I run license plate. I'm riding passenger, that's my job. I run license plate.
Did you, in your report, did you include anything about that right hand turn that led you to run?
No, that right hand turn in the report was just to indicate the direction of travel and the location of where we're at.
Okay. So. Your Honor, please to show your report. Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions?
What do we?
So was there anything you recall?
No, they just, the only thing about this is they turned off of Livernois onto Buena Vista.
Can you clarify what it is, this, or what you're referring to?
Yes, it's that if you notice that they turn cross signal.
As far as what you're showing?
Oh, it is the per report on my laptop.
What is it?
It is his written report. Oh,
Okay.
No, the only reason that this is in the report is to show the direction of travel and where we're at the time.
so the mention of without signaling had bearing upon the report or the reason for stop.
No.
So,
No, the stop was because of the expired registration. You have no expectation of privacy on your license.
so you ran the license plate.
Yes.
You saw that the license plate was expired.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was upon that time that you initiated headlights. And or you initiated your headlights for the
Activated my emergency lights, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had the report prior to initiating stop.
What?
You had the results from the search prior to initiating stop.
Of the traffic stop, of the expiration?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I write passenger, that's what I do. I run license plate, check insurance, registration.
do you remember approximately how long you were behind before
So,
prior to running the lane as well as
so when they took the turn off of Livernois, we took that turn as well. It takes me approximately 30 seconds. I can't say the exact time of how long it takes. Sometimes SOS is quick, sometimes Secretary of State is a little bit slower, so it takes us a second. I run the plate, I check everything on the car, and then I inform my driver of expired insurance, things like that.
So you said 30 seconds. Is
And
that,
I couldn't testify, I don't know, I would have to watch the video, honestly. that's a general, how long it takes me to get a return, and
is it ever significantly less or significantly more? I guess how common is it? What is the fastest rate?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance. I would sustain based off of, this he testified that on this case about it.
yeah, it is. That's a general answer, man. I can't tell you, sometimes Secretary of State runs slow and it takes 2 minutes.
So, Your Honor, if I have permission to show some of the footage, I can look up the play so that Officer Mildred can verify that this is the footage of. Would you like me to play it over Zoom?
You don't have, you can also just go on your laptop now. Madam Clerk, did you miss something or trying to show? Trying to show me, speak louder.
So permission to approach to show video of the front camera prior to the initiating the emergency. And I approach as well so that I can. That's what, absolutely, thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm going to stand.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you recall this?
Yep, yes, ma'am.
The video, I own. And was this your first encounter with?
No, we saw the Ford traveling northbound, and then we saw it turn on Buena Vista.
Was it this point that you searched the?
Yes, once we get behind the car, I'm searching the link right now.
If you pause the video to show the time in which.
So. It was, you said, at. Approximately this point, it looks like.
No,
when you
go
are
back,
able-
go back. Go back. Right there. Probably about right when we turn, I can see it. Yes, sir.
So at 18.
Yes.
So at 18 seconds, you can insert people.
And there's no pause there.
And at 30 seconds, 31 seconds when you initiated the stop.
Yep.
So the lean report was ran in just under.
Yes, I conducted 1,800 traffic stops last year. I'm very good at running lean and fast. So it must have been running fast.
So this is a 12-second.
Yes.
lead stop.
Yes.
And the search results came out within 12 seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, permission to show another video of your body camera footage on that day. Are you interested in this? Yes, permission to.
Is the same video or is it different video?
This is a different video of the same event.
Okay, so you want to introduce it?
I think exhibit A.
Okay.
The objection to the original.
No objection, sure.
So this video starts as the lights are initiated, and as it looks like you have the lead.
Yes, ma'am.
Search it as the lights are on. You starting it from 0. This is started from 0. I'm trying to get it right this way. So it is search, the lights are on at the beginning of the video, and search the license plate at the beginning of the video as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your recollection, did you, this is why I want to see at the very initial beginning of the video. It's a split second to see, but the license plate being searched as the light.
Yes, ma'am.
So based on having reviewed the video, would you recall that you searched it as the lights were already?
No, ma'am. So it's my recollection happened. I ran it and then I ran it again. I must have ran it again. As my recollection had happened, I knew the license plate was expired prior to the stop, which is why I stopped. Why I'm running it again here, I can't testify to. I don't know. But when we made the turn from that alley onto Buena Vista, we could see that the registration was expired. So why I'm running it again here, I couldn't testify to.
So I guess if I want to be your point straight, so within the 12 seconds of getting behind the vehicle, you can see the license plate. You were able to run it, the license plate twice.
I can't, honestly, ma'am, I don't remember. But what I can say is we knew that the license plate was expired prior to stopping it. Whether that was from the tag, I believe the tag was expired. We could see the tag, but I knew it was expired prior to us stopping it.
Are you entering that video instead?
Yes, Your Honor. I think they did. So now kind of moving into your encounter with Mr. Hobson is, you know, you initiated a stop and you asked if there were any firearms in the vehicle. Mr. Hobson immediately cooperated.
Yes.
And he informed you that he did, wasn't in possession of a firearm, and allowed it to be removed from the person.
Yes, ma'am.
Additionally, he did not resist in any way to arrest or.
No, ma'am, Mr. Heron was extremely cooperative the entire time. There's nothing I could say poorly about Mr. Heron.
Your Honor, and final question, the license, I believe you had already answered the prosecution, but the firearm was registered.
Yes, ma'am, it was registered. Yes, sir.
No further questions. Can you redirect?
Just to clarify, you
Yes, ma'am.
indicated something and we'll go over the other day for this. I'd like to get clarification too. You
Yes, ma'am.
mentioned the tax on
Yes.
the vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell, from looking at a tag, in general?
Yes,
If it's
ma'am.
expired,
Based on the color and when it's supposed to be. Plus,
based on the color?
yes, ma'am.
So, did you actually have to run lane to find out if this vehicle?
No, we had reasonable suspicion at the time that it was expired. Again, I can't, normally it's up, I could have sworn I ran it prior. But
Well, I don't want you to
Again,
guess here, I
yes.
don't want you to guess, but I
yes,
just
but-
wanted to clarify, because you mentioned the tags may have been expired. So if your vehicle is expired, if the vehicle's expired,
Yes, ma'am.
the tag on the license plate, would not be the correct color? Is that
No,
what
it would not.
you mentioned color, I just
Yes.
want to clarify. Okay. no further questions. Thank you.
No further questions. All right, you're all set.
Thank you.
Trooper Mill, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're all set. You're on by 11.
I greatly appreciate it. Good for a second. Oh, I'm on.
Your Honor, people have no further witnesses.
Okay, from Board of Defense.
No witnesses.
Your Honor, the people move the defendant, Andre Caron, be bound over on count one, weapons carrying concealed, and reserve argument. Thank you.
And Joe, make sure you speak up to the microphone.
Your Honor, we are requesting that this case be dismissed, based on the testimony of Officer Millbacher. He, in estimating of how long it takes to run a license plate, it is approximately 30 seconds. As can be seen in Exhibit A from the front of the police vehicle, from the time that he was able to observe the license plate to the time that the emergency lights were activated was 12 seconds, Your Honor. That is as incredible as someone can do their job, it takes, only so much time to search something to get the results. With regards to the color of the tag, there is no mention of that in the police report. The mention of the police report is as I was questioning Officer Millbacher initially, of the observing without a turning signal, and then a running of the license plate. And those were the reasons for the initiation of the stop. However, if the license plate was not run until after the stop was initiated, there was no cause for the stop. The results would have been included in the report of why the stop was conducted in the first place, before you could then engage in conversation with my client. As Mr. Millbacher said, or Officer Millbacher said, incredibly cooperative.
I didn't hear that.
Either. The last portion, just the timing of the stop, and that, my client was incredibly cooperative, start to finish, scene, the police, communication. However, for the timing of the start and the stop, and that no search could have been done within 12 seconds, let alone no search could have done twice. We are requesting that.
Your Honor, people respectfully disagree with the defendant. As Trooper indicated, he's done over 1,000 lien searches on the fly, while driving, behind vehicles, checking license plates every single day. He's indicated this is what he does as a passenger in a scout vehicle. It's a question of fact how long it takes, and I really don't think it's very relevant to how fast he could do it. And for us to indicate that it's impossible, it's not impossible, but again, that's a question of fact for a trier of fact to determine if it's impossible or not. As of today, probable cause has been met based on Trooper's testimony. The vehicle, there's been nothing indicate that the vehicle was registered. It was an expired plate, as Trooper indicated. As we all know, the plates in Michigan do have a tag, and that tag is a different color. Based on the birth date of the registered owner of the vehicle. And if it is not registered on that birth date, it is expired. And that color becomes a different color every year. It can be easily seen. It's made that way so that officers can easily see it and then run further investigation on the plate. The Trooper did now change his story. He indicated that he did run plate and verify that it was expired. From that point on, they initiated a traffic stop. After initiating a traffic stop, there is no argument against what occurred. Defendant was very forthcoming. We appreciate that for the safety of officers and the community. He was very forthcoming on the fact that He did have a concealed weapon on his person. That weapon is registered to him, and unfortunately, the defendant didn't get a CPL in order to do that, and even if he had, it's not proper carrying regardless. So unfortunately, that's what happens. We hate to see these type of cases, but probable cause has been met here, and people respectfully request that you bound over on count one. Thank you.
Testimony was heard from Trooper Millbacher of Michigan State Police, and I believe the only issue here is whether Trooper Millbacher searched whether the testimony was correct. Before the video was shown, he stated that he ran the plate, and that is the reason why he initiated, or his partner initiated the lights. He said he could do it in around 30 seconds. You know, I can't say whether or not he could run a lane in 12 seconds or not. I've never done it myself. I don't. It's pretty fast. He may be able to do it. That's the question, in fact, for the trial fact to figure out. But after the video was shown, his testimony was that he may have also initiated a stop based off of an expired tab, which you can determine whether or not is expired based off the color of the tab in Michigan. I think this is going to be a question left up for third circuit to figure out the trial fact, whether or not Trooper Millbacher searched the lane twice, or whether or not they believe that he was able to see the color of the sticker of the tab at nighttime and use that as his basis for the stop. I'm going to have him bound over, and that will be the question for trial fact to figure out. The people have met their burden of probable cause on this case. So, Mr. Herring, your information will be March 14th at 9:00 a.m. at Frequent Hall of Justice, Third Circuit. Anything else? Okay, there. Are you fine? We're on the record, this is the people of the state of Michigan versus Marcus Williams, case 2355406. Mr. Williams is charged with one kind of weapon, firearm, possession of a loaded firearm in or upon a vehicle. They set for further examination appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jane Ellen Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
And good morning, Your Honor. Helen Bates, 76080, staff Marcus Williams, who's my right.
Mr. Williams, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Marcus David Williams.
And they set for an exam, it's my understanding that Mr. Williams would like to waive your examination today?
That is correct, Your Honor. We've gone all over the, what people must go.
You speak in the microphone.
We've gone over, what people must go through, and Mr. Williams, I have, and come back and run, and we witnessed the last way, start court for
Okay, Mr. Williams, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, okay? Make sure you speak up and so the court reporter can hear you, okay? All right, is it your wish to waive your preliminary exam today?
Yeah,
You understand you have a right to a preliminary exam?
yeah.
That if you were to demand that exam today, the people would have to show at the probable cause standard, which is a much lower standard, that the charge that I just read off was committed in the city of Detroit and that you probably committed that crime. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And that by wait. For safety reasons, the prosecutor standard.
Okay.
Not saying that you would do anything, but
I understand.
it's just because we've had incidents.
It's love, right?
And knowing that information, do you still wish to waive your exam?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did anyone force you or threaten you to waive your preliminary exam today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything to waive your exam today?
No, ma'am.
Okay, is there any objection from the people? No objections from the people, Your Honor. Okay, I find your waiver to be freely, understandingly, and voluntarily given, so I will have you bound over to Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, Third Circuit Court for an arraignment of information of March 14th at 9:00 a.m. Anything else? Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
You have a good day. I just need the people, somebody to sign the waiver form. Okay. You need to sign it, Your Honor? Yep. I have a whole bunch.
Okay, I'll be back.
I need to clear up simple stuff.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay, so Deshaun, so you said you need a moment on Posey?
Just a moment, I'm supposed to get.
There's no agenda.
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
You got it? All right, Eric will take care of this.
Okay. His mother is on Zoom. Attorney Williams, did you know? Good morning.
Good morning, Your
Attorney
Honor.
Washington, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Okay, case number 2355416, people of the state of Michigan versus Deshaun Demarion Posey. Mr. Posey is charged with, one moment here. Count one, carjacking.
You are force of time. Yeah, force of time.
I'm sorry, which one?
Force of time.
Oh, I said Posey.
Yes.
I know I asked the Posey.
No, Your Honor, Posey's the one I need a few minutes on. They're gonna jump in front on a different case.
Okay, well, I was so Posey. Okay, 2061434, people of the state of Michigan versus Portia Thomas. Thomas is charged with one kind of weapons carrying concealed, set for an exam. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Tucker, P85931 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Earl Washington, Neighborhood Defender Service, P31383, on behalf of Ms. Portia Thomas.
Thomas is not present, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. I have made a number of calls. I've been unable to, make a connection. I will continue to make efforts to, get her. So right now, not a time.
Okay, Attorney Washington, you did your part. Time is now 11:10, and the exam was set for 10 o'clock today. Anything from the people?
No, Your Honor, the people requesting it.
Okay, I will enter a case, it'll be a personal $1,000. And if you find your client, of course, you can log on and I will recall the warrant and get a date for her.
Oh, okay then. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Nothing but the people.
Okay. Attorney Martin, good morning. Good morning. You got holes too today, huh? Okay, we are on the record. For state of Michigan versus Madam Fago, 2162320.
Not aware.
Fago is charged with count 1 ethnic intimidation, count 2 stalking, count 3 assault or assault and battery, which is a misdemeanor. Today's day set for a preliminary examination appearances.
Good morning, Judge. APA Larry King for the people, P 78774.
Thanks. Good morning, Your Honor. Nancy Pasek from Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, appearing on behalf of Ms. Chicago, P number 80549, and the officer is bringing her and she's outside.
And also your client, sorry, not your client.
She got away. My complaining witness, Ms. Jalissa Abad, is present. She has been present since about 9:30 this morning. She's in a witness waiting room, secured by Your Honor staff.
Okay. And then, Ms. Chicago? Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Lisa Chicago. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we had an extensive sidebar with Ms. Pathrock and Mr. King regarding conflict of interest as well as how to move forward with this case. I will allow Mr. King, if you'd like to start off with your position on this case.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. So our office works with an organization called Fair Michigan. Our victim in this case is the director of outreach for Fair Michigan, and she serves as an advocate for victims of crimes who are part of a specific subset of the population, specifically transgender and LGBTQ crime victims. Our office has a memorandum of understanding with that organization, and the victim does participate with our office a great deal. There are grants that are shared between the offices. The Fair Michigan cases are handled by one designated prosecutor, Ms. Cam Towns. Ms. Prosecutor Worthy herself was involved in the creation of this project, from my understanding. So Prosecutor Worthy and Chief of Staff Carson have written a letter to the Attorney General's office pursuant to statute MCL 49.160, requesting based on their belief that a conflict exists at the highest levels of our office, and asking for them to exercise, asking for the Attorney General to exercise statutory duties under MCL 49.160 to appoint a special prosecuting attorney to this case. That is then referred to the Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan, PAC, who works to find another prosecutor within the state to handle this matter. I understand the initial request was made in August, and as of 9:45 yesterday, I received communication from somebody at the Prosecuting Attorneys Council, Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan, who indicated that they have been trying diligently to find someone to take this case. But because the Fair Michigan Project works with a number of adjacent counties, they have yet to be able to identify somebody who can work there, who can work this case without perceived conflict. I will state that MCL 49.160(4) states that it does not automatically, the conflict does not automatically apply to assistant prosecutors such as myself. The real question is this conflict imputed all the way down the chain to me? And, you know, I can say that based on the case People v. Doyle, the 1987 case reported at 159 Mishap 632, the determination of an interest of a conflict of interest sufficient to warrant disqualification of a prosecuting attorney is a question of fact for the finder of fact for the court to determine, and such findings are reviewed by the courts on an abuse of discretion standard. If a prosecutor has a personal conflict, the prosecutor assigned in this case, the entire prosecutor's office may be disqualified, and that's People v. Mayhew 236 Mishap 112. However, it's not automatic that the conflict is imputed all the way down the chain. I do not work with Fair Michigan. I could not pick Cam Towns out of a lineup if I had to. I did not know who the victim in this case was until yesterday afternoon when the case was assigned to me. And I've only ever met her once. My job in the office is with the domestic violence unit. I'm the lead attorney in the domestic violence unit. I do not handle Fair Michigan cases. I do not interact with this person. And I am isolated from those who do by multiple levels of management. I understand where this is a small office, and the connection between the elected or the conflicted elected and somebody at my level were much more intimate, there would be a disqualification. But the levels of management between me and the people who directly have the conflict, it's numerous. We would have to go from me to my principal, to my deputy chief, to my chief, to the chief of staff, to Kim, before we get to the people who actually have conflict later down the chain. So, I believe, Your Honor, that I can effectively appear on this case without being influenced in any way. I do not believe I personally have a conflict of interest, although our office does believe the prosecutor Worthy may be conflicted. I will also point out that pursuant to People versus Waterstone, WATERSTONE, which is a 2010 case cited at 287 Bishop 368, if a party is moving for disqualification of a prosecutor based on the alleged conflict of interest, not only does that person have the burden of proof in showing that there's a conflict of interest, but they also must show specific prejudice. As Your Honor is aware, the purpose of a preliminary exam is to present evidence for a finding of probable cause. And I don't see how, even if a conflict were to exist with me or with our office, the defense would be in any way prejudiced at this level. Potentially, the argument could be made there might be prejudice pertaining to a plea negotiation or even to a trial. But here we have one witness to present to Your Honor and an argument to make related to probable cause. The facts are the facts, the law is the law, and I don't see how there could potentially be any prejudice in this case. If Your Honor does believe there was a conflict of interest in this case, which prevents me from appearing on behalf of the people for the limited purpose of conducting this preliminary exam, I would ask for an adjournment. As the email that I sent for earlier and the letter to the court clearly show, our office is making diligent efforts. We are doing what we are obligated to do under the statute to see that this case is prosecuted. So any failures related to the non-appearance of a special non-conflicted prosecutor are not that of our office. It is a situation, it is an unfortunate situation, but it's not our office's fault that there is not somebody other than myself here. We have done what we're obligated to under statute. I do have my complaint here. We are prepared to proceed. I understand this has been adjourned a number of times in the past. That is my position as of this morning. So the people would ask to be permitted to proceed with the exam. In the alternative, we would ask for an adjournment to allow additional time for the Attorney General's office to appoint a special prosecutor. If the court wishes, I can get more information from the Attorney General's office about that process.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, my argument is not going to be as lengthy as Mr. King's argument. Oh, my apologies. Your Honor, this is very simple. This case was up back on January 31st before Your Honor, and where it was determined that they needed to look for a special prosecuting attorney due to this conflict of interest that the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is aware of and is definitely concerned enough to bring it up to the court's attention and to seek to find another government body that can take the case. This order was gracious enough to grant the adjournment to the people and gave them another court hearing for a probable cause conference February 7th, 2023, so that another government body can be selected and to handle this case. We came back on February 7th. There was no assignment, obviously. The court again gave the parties another probable cause conference in order to try and seek another body to handle this case. He then came back on February 10th, and on that date, and Judge, just to, for the record, back on February 7th, the court did indicate that it would dismiss the case if no prosecuting attorney is assigned to the case. When we came back on February 10th, the case was still not assigned to another prosecuting attorney government body. It was still being handled by the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. It was then, a representation was made that, we should set by the prosecuting attorney that a preliminary examination should be scheduled, and then by that time, another, maybe the Attorney General's office would have taken over this case. And so the judge did grant that motion and allowed them to schedule this matter for a preliminary examination. And here we are today, Your Honor, since February 10th, now we are February 28th. Still, the case has not been assigned to another government body. Clearly, there is a conflict of interest here. This person, the complainant witness in the case, there is a corroboration between what she does. There is a partnership between Fair Michigan and the prosecutor's office. This complainant witness specifically works with that body, with that government body, being Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Now, Mr. King has indicated that while he may not have a personal knowledge of who this person is, clearly though, the people that he works under do have this conflict of interest, and he works under that unit. And so, Judge, with that, knowing that there is even a potential possibility that there is a conflict of interest, that there is a risk that there is this conflict of interest, I don't believe that it's appropriate for them to continue on representing this complainant. And certainly I'm not blaming the prosecutor's office. Obviously, they've made diligent efforts to try and get the case reassigned to a different government body that can handle the case. That's not their fault that it hasn't been taken, but at the same time, that doesn't address the issue of the conflict of interest. And while, it might not be their fault, they've obviously been diligent, they've been trying to find another government body to handle the case, but that doesn't, it doesn't allow them to continue from continuing to represent this complaint. And so, Judge, with that, I would ask the court, and this has been said before, that if and when the case can be reassigned to another government body, this case would be dismissed without prejudice. It can certainly be brought back up again, but I just don't think that it's appropriate for this time, not even at a preliminary examination level, to hold this exam, knowing that there is this possibility of conflict of interest, given that there are efforts that were made to try to get the case reassigned. I understand that they've been trying to do that since August of last year. Obviously, we are February now of 28th of 2023. We don't know if or when this case will be reassigned to another government body. But at this point, Judge, I don't think that it would be appropriate for to represent this complainant, knowing that there is a conflict of interest. And so, Judge, with that, I would ask the court to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Okay, Mr. King, I just have one question. Is the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office withdrawing its request to the Attorney General for a special assistant?
No, Your Honor, we are not withdrawing that request. We still believe that this matter would most properly be handled at future dates by a specially assigned prosecutor. Again, however, we understand that this was returned many times, so we are ready for this limited purpose to proceed.
Okay. And I believe Mr. King, you could handle this case just fine. However, based off of the letter that I was able to review from August of 2022 from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office requesting that the Attorney General appoint a special prosecuting attorney for this case due to grounds for disqualification that have arisen. I am going to dismiss without prejudice this case. I'm going to say just a couple of things. I'm not going to draw this out. This is not error on the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office by any means it has been several times that Ms. Chicago has been before the court. And we have had to adjourn, as Attorney Casta already stated those dates, because the prosecutor's office, Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, has been trying to find a prosecutor to move forward with this case. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office has not withdrawn its request for a special prosecuting attorney. So based off of that, I will dismiss without prejudice, only because, Mr. King, I know you think that you are far removed down the chain of command. However, I know it's a bigger office, the biggest in the county, I believe, I mean, the state. But, Kim Worthy is still the prosecutor and still can make directives at any time, as well as Cam Towns or Daryl Carson. And it's not guaranteed that they will not have any involvement or have any say in how the case is moving forward. And the letter says that they have found that there is ground for disqualification. So with that, I am going to dismiss without prejudice, of course, to allow for the proper agency or office to reissue the case with the prosecutor who can move forward and not delay Ms. McConaughey's case. And it's unfortunate for the complaint witness, as it's not her fault as well, but that it's very clear that the prosecutor's office, Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, believes that there is a conflict of interest.
With all due respect to the court, I do want to have a little bit of elaboration. What would be the legal grounds or the legal reasoning for the dismissal? Is this a misconduct? Is it failure to prosecute? I mean, what?
So definitely, it would not be for misconduct. It would be for failure to prosecute. Based off of continuing to ask for an adjournment to find a prosecutor without any success. And Mr. King, as though personally you are prepared and ready to go, I don't believe the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is qualified to move forward on this case. Based off of the letter that I have read.
May I retrieve that from the court?
Yes.
Are we off the record?
We are off the record. Sir, with the blue shirt on, what's your name?
Richard Dickerson.
Hold on, the volume's down. Say your name one more time.
Richard Dickerson.
Handled your case, Mr. Dickerson, at 8:30.
8:30.
Yes, it was scheduled for 8:30.
Lord have mercy. They told me 1 o'clock.
Okay, well, I didn't issue a warrant, so that you're okay. Let me give you your next date. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Have you talked to your attorney?
No, I haven't.
Do you know who your attorney is?
No, I do not, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay, so your attorney is Attorney Lamb, Lamb, like the animal, Lamb?
Yeah, Lamb.
March 6th, 8:45.
All right. What's the court date?
It's March 6th at 8:45.
March 6th at 8:45.
Yes, do you have Attorney Lamb's phone number?
No, I do not.
I'm gonna give it to you so you can call him as soon as you log off to talk to him, so you all be prepared on March 6th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Let me know when you're ready to take his number down.
I'm ready.
It is 866
Uh-huh.
853
Uh-huh.
3336.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
It's Michael Lamb, so call him as soon as you log off here.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Mr. Bates. You don't have to stand up. You don't have to. You ready?
Yes, Your
Honor. This is the people of the state of Michigan versus Kenneth Bates, 2257665. Mr. Bates is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed, count 2, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon, count 3, weapons, felony firearm, with the habitual offender report offense notice today, today's set for a preliminary examination. Objection?
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Everyone was, and on behalf of Mr. Bates, 63138.
Good morning, Mr. Bates. You can stay seated. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Kenneth Bates.
Thank you. Both parties ready to proceed?
Your Honor, my apologies, people, necessary witnesses have failed to appear. Even though the OIC is here, our necessary witnesses have failed to appear.
Okay, time 11:48. And the people are not ready to proceed, so with that, I will dismiss without prejudice.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you for your patience.
We got a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hope you get some time to go on besides.
Thank you. The highlight of my day.
It's my highlight too. How life has changed in the last few years.
The form is ready.
Oh, have a great day. Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Ms. Castro.
Check something.
At this point.
You're very welcome.
Okay, who's next? Anybody can say next?
I'm ready. They just gotta bring them up here.
Oh, okay.
Very welcome, ma'am.
Mr. Floyd. What's going on with Posey?
Which one, Your Honor?
Posey?
I'm waiting, defense counsel needs to speak to defendant in regards to whether they're holding or not, Your Honor. I believe defense counsel unemployed needs to do the same. But they're in custody.
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no either. Yes, Your Honor, we did.
What do you have?
Adjourn for 3/6/845 PCC.
And Derek, Gilliam, we did as well. Yep.
Yes. We do Glosser?
No, Watson never showed up.
Okay. Um,
I can put Lawson on the record right now, so we don't think it.
okay.
What happened on Gilliam? I don't have the file.
Your Honor?
It was adjourned, PCC.
Your Honor, you're asking about Williams? It was waived and bound over.
Gary Gilliam,
Oh, I'm sorry, which one?
Gary Gilliam.
It was adjourned for
What was
PCC.
McIntosh?
McIntosh was adjourned also,
Okay, so what's the date on Gilliam?
3/7/845.
Thank you. File.
I believe McIntosh was adjourned, PCC, right? Evans, we have some conflicting, things that apparently there was, I guess the APA, one of the APAs, thought that it was March 9th, was actually the day of the preliminary exam.
Which APA?
Your Honor, it appears, I don't quote us on that. It may have been Alex Kirker, and, why this has been brought to our attention is the subpoenas that went out, all went out for March 9th. And I do know that Mr. Kirker did come into my office yesterday asking, if this case was on the docket. I indicated it was, and he did state to me that he thought that that was an error because he thought it was for March 9th.
Is
But
there
it
anybody
was,
here from Mr. Evans?
Yes, it's Ms. Casco.
Okay. Back up. I want to call, Locke.
Your Honor, I apologize.
Could you repeat the name that you want to call?
It's on the first page.
Okay.
OSSON. This case 1166413, the people of the state of Michigan versus Miracle LaQuanza Glosson. Ms. Glosson is charged with the following. Count one, operating while intoxicated, third offense notice, which is a felony. Count two, operating license suspended, revoked, and or denied, second or subsequent offense, which is a misdemeanor. Count three, failure to stop at the scene of a personal injury accident, also a misdemeanor. Commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory. Today they set for a probable cause conference at 8:30. Appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor, Eric Decker, PA 5931 with the people.
And there's no defense counsel present, as well as there's no defendant here. The time is now 11:53. Thinking people.
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm issuing a case this
Oh,
1,000.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, the court will do it. 1,000 personal. And just for the record, Attorney McCoy, I believe, was removed from the case as Ms. Lawson appointed someone. I believe that's what happened. But either defendant or new attorney showed up today. Huh? Let me get that off the first page. Attorney Barnes, sign up.
Oh, no.
Start opposing. Anybody talk to council about that?
Not yet.
Let me know. Starter Posey, so the person on Zoom identified as Starter Posey, can you unmute your device, please? Ms. Posey,
Yes.
I've been trying to get your attention. We're getting ready to call your son's case.
Okay, yeah. No, it had kicked me out and then I just tried to log back in and said the host will let you in.
I kicked you out so that just so you can respond.
I'm sorry.
I kicked you off so you can respond because you weren't responding.
Oh, because it was muted. I probably didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Normally I would have you log on to YouTube because you're not supposed to be in the actual meeting, but I'm gonna let you just sit in on the proceeding through how you are.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I think you asked me about another client, Mr. Jonathan Evans. We actually set that date for an exam on March 9th. So it's not, but it is mine.
Okay, that makes sense why you need those. So we don't have to do an adjournment.
Okay. Didn't see it on the docket on March 9th. Just,
You did or you
I looked at the docket on March 9th and it's not.
didn't? That's on today.
Okay.
So you will have time, so we can change it. So you know what time it's supposed to be on?
It says 9 o'clock on my,
Okay.
on my calendar.
Let me double check on that here.
Wonderful. One less case today. Huh? 2:16.
Yeah, it's not, I can confirm 9 AM.
That was the clerks in training did that, for the record.
Okay.
It was not Ms. Moore, yeah. It was not Ms. Johnson. Okay.
I promise.
But you're on the I think I do. So we need to make sure it's the right staff. I do. They give us that file. Okay. Dang, I even have 3 lines. Me. I was not here on that day. Not in it. Well, today, yesterday. That day for 8:45. That's my day. That's wild. Okay. Okay, we are on the record. This is the people of the state of Michigan versus Deshaun Jamarian Posey, case number 2355416. Mr. Posey is charged with. One moment. Count 1, carjacking, and count 2, weapons carrying concealed. And Mr. Posey is defendant number 1, who has a birth date year of 2004. Today's day set for a preliminary examination appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nancy Kessler from Maywood Defender Service of Detroit, appearing on behalf of Mr. Posey, P number 80549.
Posey, can you state your full name for the record?
Sean Posey,
Your middle name?
Sean Demarion Posey.
Okay. And today's the day set for the preliminary examination. Is it my understanding that Mr. Posey is going to waive his exam today?
Yes, Your Honor. I did speak with Mr. Posey. I did explain his rights to a preliminary examination as well as the risks and benefits of holding the exam. Mr. Posey understands his right to this hearing and wishes to waive his right to this preliminary examination.
Any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor, I'd just like to note that both witnesses, victim, the living witness and eyewitness did appear, and they also agreed to the people for not objecting to the paper.
Okay, Mr. Posey, is it correct that you understand your rights and that you're waiving your exam today?
Yes.
Did anyone force you or threaten you to waive your exam? And did anyone promise you anything for you to waive your exam? Said no?
No.
Okay, all right, I find your waiver to be freely, understandably, and voluntarily given. I will have you bound up to Third Circuit Court Framework and Hall of Justice for your arraignment on the information.
Your
which will
Honor,
be-
I'm sorry, just 1 second. We're just checking on one thing, Judge.
Your Honor, we're just confirming, I know that the OIC, we just want to confirm that the officer who is related to the count 2 actually appeared before defense agrees to waive on that charge.
Okay.
Either one. Either one can. Whoever is the OIC, I know I'm certain.
PSC report was, sent, and there was no change for the recommendation.
Thank you.
And I know that you did, for the last part, Mr. Posey's arraignment on the information in Third Circuit Court will be March 7th at 9:05 a.m. at Framework Hall.
Thank you. You too.
Ms. Posey, I'm gonna log you off, okay?
carries.
Ms. Parrish, are you ready? Yes. Okay, we're on the record as the people of the state of Michigan versus Calvin Lee Floyd, case number 2355428. Mr. Floyd is charged with count 1 robbery armed, count 2 weapons, firearms, possession by a felon, count 3 weapons, felony firearms, third offense notice with a habitual offender fourth offense notice. Also, Mr. Floyd is charged on case 2355427 with count 1 robbery armed, count 2 weapons, firearms, possession by a felon, and count 3 weapons, felony firearm, third offense notice with a habitual offender fourth offense notice. Both cases are set for preliminary examination. Appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, PA 5495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alicia Martin, P 69003 on behalf of Mr. Floyd. Floyd is present, standing behind me to my right.
Mr. Floyd, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Calvin Floyd.
What's your middle name?
Lee.
Thank you. Good morning, or afternoon, I should say. Today's day set for an exam. Attorney Martin, is my understanding that your client is going to waive both exams?
That's correct, Your Honor. I did explain to him his right to a preliminary exam, and he believes it's in his best interest to waive the exam, be bound over to circuit court for further proceedings.
Any objection from people?
No objections, Your Honor. I would just like to state that both necessary witnesses on both cases did appear and are aware that the defendant is waiving and no objections from you.
Okay. Mr. Floyd, I need to ask you a couple questions, okay? I need to make sure you hear me. You have to say yes or no.
Yeah.
I need you to speak up for the court reporter, okay? I need audible response for the record.
Yeah.
Yes, yes or no?
Yeah.
Attorney Martin?
Yes.
She can't hear me? Yeah, I can hear.
Say yes.
Mr. Floyd, would you mind addressing the court, yes or no?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, that's all I was trying to get you to say yes. Okay. All right, so Mr. Floyd, is it true, if you could just hold off on looking at your discovery, I want to make sure that you understand what's getting ready to happen, okay? Is it true that you're wishing to waive both of your preliminary exams?
Yeah, yes,
Okay, you understand your right to have an exam today?
yes.
And that if you were to demand your exam today, the people would have to show at a much lower standard, the probable cause standard, that one, the charges I read off were committed in the city of Detroit, and two, that you probably committed those crimes.
Yeah.
And by waiving your exam today, that means that the people do not have to prove at the probable cause standard anything today. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, and knowing that information, you still wish to waive your preliminary exam?
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone threaten you or force you to waive your exam today?
No.
Okay, did anyone promise you anything?
No.
Okay, I find your waivers to be freely, understandingly, and voluntarily given. I will have you bound over to Third Circuit Court, Framework Hall of Justice, for an arraignment on the information on both cases, March 7th at 9:00 a.m. Anything else?
Your Honor, there was a request for a PS2 report.
I do have that report. The recommendation says on here, I will read it. Let's see. They recommend no action for the present bond. I believe it said at 50,000 cash.
That's correct, Your Honor. Just for the record, originally the bond was set at 500,000 cash. It was reduced to 50,000 cash, which really is no different for a person in my client's position. He's incapable of making that bond or obtaining a bond to make that bond. And Your Honor is not bound by the recommendation. So I'm asking if you would consider a much lower bond, perhaps with the tether provision, if you are concerned with keeping up with Mr. Floyd's whereabouts. But he does have, stable residence in Wayne County where he can and will stay if he is released. and he has assured me he will make all future court dates if he got a bond. So I'm asking to consider a lower bond with the Taylor division so that he can get out pending his, further adjudication of these matters.
Anything from the people?
People vehemently object to any further reduction. As indicated by the defense, his bond was already reduced. The DSC report suggests no further reduction or change. And the people believe that based on the allegations, this was not this was a very serious, not once, but twice, and in the same day. So the people believe that the defendant has poor judgment and not only is a threat to the community, but the severity of the charges warrant such a high bond. And we would ask that the bond remain the same and no further reduction. Thank you.
Actually, on the complaint, the incident happened at Family Dollar, are there two different Family Dollars?
I'm sorry, no, it's the same Family Dollar, Your Honor. Two different victims, two different times, but same day.
Okay, I am going to still adopt the recommendation for pretrial services. I'm not gonna do
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
And we're off the record, the waiver forms are